Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Last time we started the first trial, where we're Mia Fey, trying to defend Phoenix Wright, who is on trial for the murder of his girlfriend's ex. Yeah, it's kind of a flashback. We need to have the tutorial somehow. Anyway, today we continue. Second part of the trial. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh my god. The butterflies. Really? What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings...
Was not honest to God, I have seen this before. I thought it was a Photoshop. I did not know this was legit. Also, I mean, her having milkshakes, she looked a little flat to me, but okay, let's not go down that road. I can't believe that. Give Khalees her money.
Sir, is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I can see why you say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed. I'd been planning to go back to Fanny's place after class was over. Rally I was. Fanny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Fanny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some of the students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never...
Shit, that almost kind of scared me for a minute. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, that was Mia, okay.
There's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor.
I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
See, hey, you haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. She really took that to heart. Alright, what I witnessed?
I've been planning to go back to Phoenix Place after class was over.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeney, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. Really, I am. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh ho ho, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk back through that area.
Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building?
So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fey. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Yeah, she got them, like, whipped. The tear and everything. Oh my god, alright.
I was watching the whole time. Finn never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Do I have anything for a contradiction? I mean, I do have the fact that we've gone over the fact that Phoenix stated he pushed the guy, but I don't know what I would present for that. Yeah, I don't have anything that, like, would state. Unless I present this? Because the fact that it has Phoenix's, but that wouldn't insinuate that Phoenix touched them. We can give it a shot, though. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Oh, yeah, okay, we can go with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I was going to show a contradiction. Yeah. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. Plus, we have Wright's testimony.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Not we're. Okay, cool.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right.
Didn't look like they were fighting. Didn't hear any noise either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break. I like how they made Mia really emotive and like gave her all these sprites. When this is probably the only time we're going to be seeing her in this role because she's dead.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Gonna find some other students and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on. But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I didn't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Does it look like I'm going to get any more info about the students?
So did all the students call the police? Yes. I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, it's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. I love these little pep talks she gives herself, like, yes, Mia, you got this. You did it. Go on, girl. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Okay. Talking behind the building. You see the moment he pushed them. It looked like they were fighting. Didn't hear any noise either. Some of the students, and they called the authorities. A loud thud. Wait, wrong thing to press there. Just gonna go ahead and skip through this. Got a little overzealous there. Alright. Yeah, you done goof now. You done goof now. You say you didn't hear any noise. Is that correct?
Yes. That's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ack? May I have a moment to answer?
But by all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
That was in red, that's going to be important.
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, we're afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning. Your Honor, there was a problem with the witness's testimony. Well, what do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, Or maybe it wasn't lightning, it was an electric charge brought on by whatever the students were doing. I don't know. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Well, lightning does make a snap sound. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty verdict now.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence? Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Well, thank you for that. However, there is one thing that troubles me. Let me just, check that, just make sure they're not going to try anything sneaky. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on April 9th at 2:55. Wait, is that 55 or 50? 55, okay. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor,
I don't like how this is looking one bit.
I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor?
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is... Oh, come on. He hit... Okay. Well, I'm taking damage for this one. Or not. Oh, I guess they're being nice to me. Okay, This was found broken near an electrical pole.
This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess not. Alright, we'll make it through this. We'll make it through this. I guess I gotta incriminate my own client.
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony? I mean, I kind of figured this would be the case, but I don't know. I mean, Maya was poking holes in his... not Maya, Mia was poking holes in his testimony in the first half, so... I don't know. I guess it's more about finding the truth and not about preservation of your client. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise.
Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right at Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. The victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here.
Okay, good point.
In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them.
I love Mia. She's the best. Why did she have to die? It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have...
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation, she said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's all right. Just go ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. Rarely he did. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, let's break this such and such down. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to protect Feeney.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now, it's just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Ho ho! The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Are you threatening the judge? Mia? You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Okay. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold.
What? Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
Crashed him into behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there wasn't. Or weren't, rather. Madam Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Ugh. Good point. Feels like a Wario shoulder tackle. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. This one, I'm not sure. The only thing I can think to present is this because of the time on the watch. But I don't think that'll suffice. That's enough, witness. I guess it will, because the music stopped. Unless they're trying to play me.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? I guess I was right.
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court.
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
And then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who's the real killer? It has to be you. It can only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you? The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Faye. What? I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left that scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your own very hands. Okay. And the butterflies just come back.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. I don't know nothing about no murders.
Miss Faye? Oh, I didn't even get to read that. And who said that? Oh.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Q.
You? What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Arg!
Achoo.
Leave my Dolly alone.
Achoo, cough. That boy. He's got himself in the way over it. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seemed I arrived just in the nick of time. I found a report on that incident in a newspaper clipping. This report added to the court record, thank you. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. What'd that thing say? Report on the incident 8 months ago. Press A button for details. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria, August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh. I think I know.
You better take a good look at it. It tells how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Oh. Well, that's rough. The Faye family has it rough all the time, and of course we can't see Mia's age. Okay, I was just curious. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is I. May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. That is I. Go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry. Please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I met my Feeny.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
I used to say in the days of my youth, oh yeah.
That's what they would say in your youth? What? Okay. First met 8 months ago? So until that time, you have been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself, really I am.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Cheating.
It'll never work. Okay. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
The line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
Please, Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern samurai poetry and the criminal underworld.
Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
No, it doesn't.
Am I getting old? Now, I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
No, she wasn't here to do research because she was being questioned by something. Yeah, she was being questioned for another case. Take that. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Don't you actually, or didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? I love Mia's little, like, smug smile.
Well, what is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in the criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable! It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest...
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
You are disgusting, and I hope I never have to speak to you again.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. What I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
That's very specific.
Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Really, I wouldn't.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha! Mia! You're glowing like two lions are my bear. That round but proud posture of self-confidence absolutely smashing.
Okay, I did notice one thing that we can get a little more information on. Because there's a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh? And where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman say. He said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? From the pharmacology students? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison?
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right. And I think we've all had enough of this Miss Faye, or enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
All we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did a lit student get hold of poison of all things? Let's press. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drop says it's half fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. That's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
Poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Let's press from the beginning then. What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why didn't you tell us all? Oh, why don't you tell us all what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Phoenix, please.
Gag? These two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 to 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet?
I refuse to read that line. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Phoenix, please.
Police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Ms. Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. Damn. Okay. Only thing I can think of is to present this to when she said she left her seat. Because this says she was sitting with the victim. But the music's still playing, so I'm wrong. Huh. Okay then. Okay. Only other thing I can think of is bottle necklace. That's how she could have got the poison. But music is playing. Crap. Okay. Oh. That does make a lot of sense. Also, it's a brand new day, and apparently after I was like destroying my health bar, I fell asleep. I was running on autopilot, I guess, but yeah, I woke up to see that I had a game over, so that happened. And because I didn't save, yeah, I had to play back up to this point. Danganronpa, this is not, because you cannot fast forward through the text like that. That is... I wonder if that was rectified for the HD trilogy. But yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I was looking at the evidence. That much I do recall from last night, but I wasn't looking at the profiles. He was a pharmacology student. That makes a lot of sense. That's how she could have gotten the poison. Not gonna lie, I was, like, when I was coming back up to this point, I sure was about to select the bottle of cold medicine to present on this. And I was like, well, let me just go over everything. And homeboy was a pharmacology student. Let's get it. Big deal. Bow. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? It never gets old. That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done this was the one sitting at this very table. Or his very table. You. No! Order! 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 Could it be? That's nothing but a... May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. I know where this is going. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we've got going to lose this lady. Police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
Ba-da-ba-ba. Bow. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was the witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. 8 months? It would have dried. Well, it's still a sealed container, so it probably would have seeped in. Yeah, they would be able to tell, probably.
No! Why?
No, order in the court.
On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Damn. Okay, kill the boy's self-esteem. Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. Yeah, because remember, they were saying, or he was saying, like, she kept asking for the necklace, like, oh, did I bring it? Can I give it back? Blah, blah, blah. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is a my fucking Lord God. One word at a time. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. Why was I a better reader when I was half asleep? You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. To make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you.
No, that's a lie.
Eek. Mia, are you alright? The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Was Phoenix running like a little punk?
Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be brought back here soon.
Thank goodness. Oh no,
What is it?
the bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it.
You what?
You ate it. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. Wouldn't that kill him?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, you gotta stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust a witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even though I've proven so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? The day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
That girl is poison.
Oh. Last night she stole some poison from the lab. Alright, well, I was just joking, but okay, yeah, alright. Belle Biv DeVoe in the house, predicting this trial. Poison? Same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? Oh shit, fam. I mean, I'm gonna say it's Phoenix, but was she gonna lace the cold medicine? And was Doug trying to stop her? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh shit. She going bitch mode now. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears that this trial will be coming to an end soon. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, hey old man, are you senile or something?
Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But you're not finished.
Fine. And ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Okay, first and foremost, you are fucking out of line. That is Mia, okay? Now, if that was Wendy Oldbag, I'd let you pass, but nah. We stand queen up in this courthouse, okay? I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. Oh, please. What? Was that a rule they changed in 5 years? Because with all the chances Phoenix got... No.
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray.
Oh, you are out of line. So out of line. Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly... Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you're unable to establish her guilt, and I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immensely be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She's planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Oh, looks like they are going to give me more than one choice. Or chance, rather. If you will prove that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. It was this.
He really was trying to save him! Oh shit!
Because he snatched it from him. That must have been... Okay, here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. We always eat with Dolly.
Just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. I did not press a button, they just did that automatically, okay. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, that is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! The butterflies did nothing wrong. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why, yes.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
That was awkward and abrupt. Okay, I was expecting a meltdown. Also, they could have just as easily said, like, hey, we can test this medicine too, you know, just show that, but alright. Phew! It's finally all over. That was anticlimactic in a bit. I expect, like, complete and total breakdowns. That was whack. I wanted to see her suffer. Anyway, it's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Oh shit. So is she so trustworthy? I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Well, you see, yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. how much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Damn, Mia? Is he gonna have the breakdown? Wow. Okay. I mean, it wasn't Dahlia, but that was amazing. Okay. So his hair just flew off. All right. Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic. Not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Oh, sure you did. Don't lie. Just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor?
You said earlier that you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne knew each other?
Your Honor, how we knew each other had nothing to do with this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
Yeah! I missed that.
This court is adjourned.
Well, we did it.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this actually made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations! Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The Dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
What does that say about your friends?
Eek! What kind of company must this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I guess I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. And you see her occasionally too, when she just shows up out of nowhere, you know, inhabiting the spirit of girls that are near you. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day, which we'll be getting into next time. That just leads me to believe that Dahlia's gonna show up again. Anyway, next time we have oh my god, we have the stolen turnabout to look forward to. Yeah, might as well. So, I still think that was a bit of an abrupt ending, but all's well that ends well, I guess. You know, we learned how Winston Payne lost his hair, and how Phoenix met Mia. Next time we start episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. Okay. Alright. Did her cup size increase like by about 3 sizes in the 5 years? Because like Phoenix's little flashback of her giving her the words of encouragement, like, okay, whatever, discrepancies aside. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. See you next time for some more Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Goodbye.